Archie, and today we are going to watch something big just happened in Iran, and it is crazy. As we all know about the building tensions between Iran and US, it is very obvious that something is continuously going on Iran and between them. And actually, from deep down of my heart, I want this to be stopped right now. But it's kind of impossible. So, let's just not beat around the bush and let's get into this video.
Just 14 hours ago, a lone
14 hours ago.
FA-18 Super Hornet was flying over the Persian Gulf. No wingman, no escort, far away from safety. Then, an Iranian F-14 locked weapons on it and went in for the kill. Everything changed in an instant. Iran knows a strike is coming. They have been burying their nuclear sites under concrete and dirt for weeks. Satellite images do not lie. The whole world can see that Iran is scared. And scared regimes do not go quiet. Scared regimes do something stupid to prove they are not scared. Today, Iran does something very stupid. On Iranian radar screens, something interesting appears. A single contact, one FA-18 Super Hornet, flying over the Persian Gulf. No formation, no escort, drifting closer to Iranian airspace than it should be. It's separated from the carrier group, like it took a wrong turn. It looks lost. The Iranian operator cannot believe it. A lone American jet, right there, gift wrapped. This is the moment Iran has been waiting for. A propaganda goldmine. Intercept the American jet, force it to turn around. If it does not obey, shoot it down. Put it on state television. Show the entire world that Iran is not intimidated, that Iran is not afraid, that Iran will stand up to the great Satan himself. The commander picks up the phone. He gives the order, scramble the F-14. Now let us talk about this F-14. Iran's Air Force has been flying these jets since 1979. That is the same year the Sony Walkman came out. Iran has been keeping these jets alive through smuggled components, local improvisation, and what can only be described as a concerning amount of optimism. The F-14 Tomcat is a legendary aircraft. In American hands, in its prime, it was one of the most feared fighters in the sky. Iran's version is a Frankenstein, flying on duct tape and prayers. But the Iranian pilot does not think about any of that. He is confident. He has a target he can dominate. And that target looks very, very alone. The F-14 climbs. The pilot checks his radar. One contact ahead. Alone. Slow. Easy. He is already writing his name in the history books inside his head. The distance closes. 500 meters. 400 meters. The F-14's radar has a solid lock. A clean, fat, beautiful radar return. The target is not maneuvering. It is not running. It is just flying there. Slow, steady, like it does not even know he is coming. The pilot arms his missiles. The targeting system confirms the lock. A steady tone fills his helmet. That tone means one thing. He has a kill shot. His thumb moves toward the trigger. He is going to be a hero in Tehran. Moments from shooting down every American who thinks Iran cannot fight back. He takes a breath. He squeezes. And nothing happens. Not a misfire. Not a malfunction warning. Nothing. The tone is gone. The lock is gone. The radar return that was sitting fat and clean on his screen 1 second ago is just not there anymore. He blinks. He looks again. Empty screen. He tries to reacquire the target. The radar searches. Finds nothing. He switches modes. Still nothing. He tries his backup systems. His backup systems do not respond. His cockpit, which 30 seconds ago felt like the throne room, now feels like a broken car. He starts hitting buttons. Nothing. He checks his systems panel. Error. He gets back on the radio. Confused. He tells ground control his systems are down. Ground control tells him to troubleshoot. He tells ground control there is nothing left to troubleshoot. Everything is just gone. Ground control goes quiet because ground control does not have an answer for this. Nobody in Iran has an answer for this. And here is why. That FA-18 on his radar screen was never a regular Super Hornet. It was an EA-18G Growler. From the outside, the Growler looks identical to a standard FA-18. Same airframe, same shape, same radar signature. Iran could not tell the difference. That was the whole point. Because the EA-18G Growler is not a fighter jet. Not really. It is an electronic warfare aircraft. It is the military equivalent of a guy who looks completely harmless, but can fry your computer with one button press. The Growler carries powerful jamming system. It can reach inside any aircraft's electronic brain and scramble it like a breakfast egg. Even the F-22, it is that powerful. It does not fire bullets or or missiles. It fires invisible energy. And what it does to your avionics is not something any maintenance crew in Iran can fix. The moment the F-14's radar went active and locked on, the Growler crew had everything they needed. They did not panic. They did not run. They flipped a switch. Invisible energy flooded the Iranian jet. The F-14 did not malfunction. It just died. Like someone pulled the plug on the whole jet. Imagine driving a car and suddenly the steering wheel, the brakes, the speedometer, and the GPS all stop working at the same time. Now imagine that car is going 600 miles per hour over water. That is where the Iranian pilot is right now. The Iranian pilot does the only sensible thing a man can do when his jet becomes a very aerodynamic paperweight. He starts crying.
He
tries to turn back. He banks the F-14 away from the Growler. He is no longer the hunter. He is just a man trying to fly a broken jet home without dying. He has lost. He knows it. He just does not fully understand how badly yet. That part is coming. Up at altitude, the F-35C pilot watches all of this happen in real time, just in case. His sensors have tracked every second of the engagement. He saw the F-14 go active. He watched the Growler light it up. He watched the Iranian jet systems collapse in real time on his display. He gives it a few seconds, then he moves. The F-35C descends from altitude. The Iranian pilot is flying home, systems dead, trying to explain to ground control what just happened to him. Then he looks out his canopy, and his stomach drops through the floor of his cockpit. There is an American jet sitting on his wing, not approaching, not closing in from a distance. Already there, steady, calm, matching his speed exactly. As if it had been flying next to him for the last 20 minutes and simply forgot to introduce itself. The Iranian pilot does not know what kind of jet it is at first. He has never seen one this close, because nobody gets close to an F-35C. The F-35C pilot looks across at the Iranian jet. The Iranian pilot looks back. The American does not make any aggressive moves. The weapons bay stays closed. He does not get on the radio and issue threats. He simply points, 2 fingers, points at his own eyes, then points directly at the Iranian pilot. I see you. That is it. Just a quiet dominance. The Iranian pilot stares back. He has nothing. No radar, no missiles, no response, no dignity left in the cockpit. He shakes his head in disbelief. He flies home in silence. Or rather, he wishes he could fly home in silence. He thinks the ordeal is finally over, but the American pilot changes his mind. He decides he isn't quite finished yet. The F-35C pilot waits until the Iranian is almost comfortable, almost breathing again, almost convinced the worst part is behind him. Then he rolls, not away, not up. He rolls around the F-14. A slow, deliberate barrel roll, 360 degrees, just to make sure the message is received. Just to make absolutely sure the Iranian pilot understands he should not ever fly against the USA again. The F-14 cannot do anything. It is just a man sitting inside an expensive metal box, watching an American jet do figure eights around him as if the American is bored. And then it gets worse. The Iranian pilot's radio crackles. He assumes it is ground control. It is not ground control. It is the USS Abraham Lincoln. And they are not transmitting a warning. They are playing music. Kenny Loggins, Danger Zone, through his own radio, on his own frequency, inside his own cockpit. The Iranian pilot cannot turn it off because he cannot turn anything off anymore. He flies the last 40 miles to the Iranian coast, listening to the Top Gun soundtrack on a loop, involuntarily, at full volume. Subscribe.
This was a super fun and hilarious video, I would say, and I just love this fact about America, that they don't just blast the bombs, they just give the warnings, because initially like Iranians tried to attack on them because they have like set the target on them, but they were just showing their power.
Exactly. You know, after reading the title, I was like, something actually big is gonna happen. Maybe some bomb blast, or maybe, you know, something brutal than that. But after seeing this video, my perspective has been changed. And the audacity that the US, I should not say audacity, I guess it's their aura, because who does this? That Iranian pilot was flying and he was hovering 360 degree over him, and he was just showing his place that be aware and don't hover over us. We are always seeing you. So yeah guys, let me know what do you guys think in the comment section. So do like, share and subscribe. Bye.